Now, the making of a good compilation tape is a very subtle art, many do's and don'ts.
Let's make a playlist.
First of all, you're using someone else's poetry to express how you feel. This is a delicate thing.
Let's make a playlist.
You gotta kick it off with a killer to grab attention. Then you gotta take it up a notch. But you don't want to blow your wad, so then you gotta cool it off a notch. There are a lot of rules.
No rules here. This is Let's Make a Playlist with Jonathan Howe. Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of Let's Make a Playlist. It's Jonathan Howe hanging out with you. First and foremost, right off the top of the show, I gotta say apologies for the kind of delay in episodes and the inconsistent posting schedule. But hey, life happens. I did not plan this. This was the season one. There was a lot of trial and error and a lot of things that I kind of experimented with. And then there was a lot of things that, outside of the podcast world and the personal world that got a little complicated for me to start this year. And with that, I had to take a little bit of time off of doing these shows. But I'm glad to be back at it. Glad to finish up this season. We just have 3 episodes left now, just 3 left. Including the one that you're about to listen to today. It's a long one. I'm not going to talk for too long. I had the boys from Frostbite Recording Studio on. We had Bailey, Jack, and Kurtis. Now, if you're not familiar with Frostbite Recording Studio, it's a great little cottage kind of studio, pool house, little small studio space out in Fenwick. That Jack and Bailey have really turned into this fantastic recording situation. And then they teamed up with Kurtis to do these live off the floor sessions and do some video work. So basically bands can from all around, but including the Niagara region, have stopped in, done live sessions. My band, Green White Checker, did one back in, I want to say it was November, maybe December. We went in studio and had a little session with them. This episode was recorded way back when, and I just never knew when I was going to release it. And then, life happens. But I figured since Green White Checkered is back working at Frostbite Recording Studio right now on our next EP, I thought it would be a great time to have these guys on the show, get this show out to all of you, and hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoy their playlist. Again, if you want to check out their playlist, they're up on Spotify. Now, I will say, I think it was me either at the start of the video or at some point along the way. I think I may have kicked the microphone cable out from Kurtis. I think it was Kurtis's mic. So we do have a little bit of technical difficulties that I apologize with this episode. We didn't catch it. We didn't see what was going on till after the fact. So I think one guy's voice is a little bit lower than the rest, but we made sure we did the best we could to make it all work. So hope you enjoy. Hopefully you can bear with us through that one. This is going to be a blast. These guys are a lot of fun. They're really good. They're really doing something important, I think, for our scene in terms of having these live sessions, live off the floor sessions. There's been so many great Niagara bands, Southern Ontario bands that have done them. Check out their YouTube page and the Frostbite live sessions, and check out Frostbite Recording Studio in general. I've got their card right here. Let's see if I can pull this off the wall. Yeah, beautiful looking card. I think it comes up on the playlist as well, the podcast episode with them. So check them out at Frostbite Recording Studio on social media. Get in touch with them. Make your next record with them. And if you were in a band and you want to get a little exposure, you want to get your stuff on video in one way or another, check out a Frostbite Recording Studio live session. That might be the right way for you guys to do that. Follow at Jonathan on Air for clips and more of the show. Check out the Patreon. The end of season zine is around the corner. Looking forward to getting that out into the world. And then season 2, I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. I've got some plans in the works potentially for what this show might become in season 2. We got a great guest to end the show coming up to the finale in a couple weeks. It's going to be awesome. Just overall, looking forward to finishing strong with Let's Make a Playlist season 1. These are the guys from Frostbite Recording Studio. My name's Jonathan Howe. I play in Green White Checkered, the band. Check us out and check out Bailey, Jack, and Kurt all hanging out with me at Frostbite for this session. All right, we're here for a very special edition of Let's Make a Playlist on location for the first time ever. I'm catching up with some folks around the table here with me from Frostbite Recording Studios. We've got Kurtis, we got Bailey, we got Jack. You guys, thanks for having me over to this awesome recording space.
Dude, thank you for coming. Thanks for being here. It's a pleasure to have you.
Dude, this is so cool. I mean, we had the chance to chat a couple weeks ago and kind of learn all about Frostbite and whether we could do live podcasts here. And obviously, still learning with this podcast and trying to figure out how to do video better, do audio better. And then we met at a show, and you guys were like, oh, we're trying to like maybe have our recording studio also be a podcast space. And I was like, well, that's funny because I've got a podcast and would love to have more than just one person chime in on a Zoom call with me. So I figured this is a good little experiment to get it started. So why don't let's talk about you guys. Let's go around the table. Each of you introduce yourselves and what your role with Frostbite Recording Studio is.
Yeah, start with Kurtis.
So with Frostbite, I'm the camera guy and I also edit. I came on... When was it? It was with Mo. It was like in
3 months ago, August.
One,
3 months,
halfway
through August.
Yeah, I started it with Mo. Basically, I just do all the camera stuff. I edit, and I let these guys do all the audio side of things.
Yeah, Bailey, how about you?
Yep, I'm Bailey. I'm the co-owner and second engineer at Frostbite Recording Studio. I mix, I do things. I let Jack boss me around most.
Yeah,
that's mostly my job.
Director,
take my shit.
Yeah.
Director Jack comes out.
Director Jack comes out a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Jack Smicko. I am the other co-owner of Frostbite. I am the second audio engineer of Frostbite as well. And me and Bailey, we both mix, master all the tracks. We hold sessions here to record full-length songs. We also have a little show called Frostbite Live, if you've ever seen it. That's a classic. That's an absolute classic. Instant classic.
Cult classic.
Cult classic.
And it's on your YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, it's on our YouTube channel. It's on our Instagram. We have some snippets, and then all links are also on
TikTok.
And TikTok. Instagram, TikTok. I think there might be one on Facebook, maybe. I think I posted one on Facebook.
For the boomers, just in case.
Yeah, just for the boomers. We have our Frostbite ad on.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
Shit.
The classic, the banger.
The big reach out.
I mean, you say that, but you never know. I mean, the only people that seem to have any money to spend on recordings these days are like old guys who play blues in their basement. So,
dude, if your grandpa's out there not doing anything right now, come to Frostbite.
But it's a cool little studio. It's very homey, obviously, converting kind of like a tiny house into a recording space. Yeah. It's a lot of work, but you guys have been able to do a lot with a little, and these sessions have been so cool to check out. I've been doing a deep dive, kind of watching them in between since we've talked.
Somebody fucking watches them. Thank you.
You're like, you saw one view go up.
Yes,
let's go. So
I was wondering who our one like was. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly, right? But talk to us about, the art of not just doing recordings for, bands, whether they want demos, singles, anything like that, but the art of bringing a band in to do a live session, and then filming it and documenting that. What is that process like for you guys? And what are some of the more unique challenges that you guys have faced from, maybe somebody who's doing demos in their own home garage where you guys are trying to make a whole show out of the process?
It's interesting to say the least.
It was a big learning curve for us.
I'd say start with Kurtis. What's the video like?
The challenges of video?
Yeah, the challenges of video in such a tiny space, too.
I think...
So DIY.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, right now, I think the main issue is lighting and all the... We've had... Back-to-back, we had a few bands with crazy colors.
Yeah.
And that was kind of insane to try to color grade because, I went to school for film and everything, so, I know a little bit about it, but, it's also a little intense.
Yeah, that real world experience, you're like, all right, we brought all these ultraviolet lights and you got to figure it out.
Especially with what was it, Sunshine, with all the tinfoil.
Yeah.
It looked amazing.
Yeah,
it's gonna look amazing. Not out yet.
It's gonna look amazing.
Hopefully, when this podcast is out, it'll be out.
Yeah,
hopefully, yeah. But it's gonna look amazing. But it was just tough. A lot of hours spent on the editing software, messing with colors. Yeah.
And then for you guys on the recording of the actual audio side, bands doing a live session is really kind of tricky because you're totally at their mercy. If they can't play live, then there's only so much you guys can do on the audio ends.
Yeah.
But thankfully, for the most part, everybody who's come through has had a lot of talent, and that's made your job, I'm sure, a little bit easier. And
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
But you're the board man, so
yeah, it's kind of nice that a lot of the bands, or pretty much every band we've had in so far, is capable enough that we don't really have to do much to begin with.
Yeah.
It was just the biggest thing for us was learning kind of what mics work best where. We can't throw a condenser on the vocalist when there's so much noise coming from behind.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just learning stuff like that, and that kind of was what's the word?
Learning curve,
but also as we were going on, the more we did it, the better we got at it.
Yeah, 100%. I think a big part of building the sound that we wanted was getting comfortable with what we can do in this space and understanding what sound we can get where and when. And yeah, a big learning curve was the microphones. 'Cause yeah, microphones on a live off the floor recording react entirely different than isolated sessions. So that was a big one. I think that and like just figuring out how to like have people in this space and how to make it a memorable time as well, and how to do interviews on top of that, how to do video. Like we started our first ever session, we started with 2 phones. And they were like old iPhone XRs and shit. Like it was 2 iPhones.
Handheld.
The first session we had, we didn't even have a handheld.
I think we did.
No.
Did we not?
We introduced that for Days Away.
I thought that was Grim.
No. Oh yeah, Grim. Sorry,
Yeah,
Grim.
So the first official one we posted.
The
was
first
that
official one.
Yeah.
We did Mushroom Valley for the first time.
You had just 2 phones with
We
Mushroom
just
Valley?
had 2 phones. 2 phones.
Camera guy is offended right now.
Yeah, there's 2 phones with maybe 5 gigabytes of storage as well.
How many members?
There was like 7,
Yeah,
dude.
there's 7.
So it's fair to say that one never got posted. We love you, Mushroom Valley. You guys are fucking
They gotta come
phenomenal.
back.
Please come back. We want to redo you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're so lucky to have started with them because they're such sweet, genuine, nice people.
Yeah.
And to be able to completely fuck up a session, I would never choose another band to do it with because fuck, we learned hard.
We learned a lot from that first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, for sure. And then we started to hone in. We got Grim Fandango in, which we really figured out what we could do after Grim. And I think Grim's a 3-piece band. Four-piece
yeah.
band. Grim's a 4-piece band, so toning it down from 7 was definitely an easier task to do.
Even doing 7 now.
Even doing 7 now would be a
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah, you guys kind of started on X Games about that. Right?
Every band we had in, we talked about like who we've done, and we were like, yeah, we did Mushroom Valley, and everyone's like, how the fuck did they all fit
Literally.
in this room? Which is true. I don't know how we did, and it was during a heat wave.
Yeah, it was like one of
Like,
the hottest days of the summer.
we were
just have like 9 people
sweating.
in here.
It was bad, but well, it was great, but it was rough.
The heat was bad.
The heat was bad.
Contrary to the name, it does not get cold
No,
in here.
heat stroke live. It's bad. But yeah, no, it's been a challenge, but I think once the sunshine gets out, I think everyone can kind of see what we're
I think
cooking
we
with.
really hit our stride with these more recent ones.
Yeah,
I was
Mega
gonna say,
Pizza.
I think we've been clicking a lot. You know, like everything's kind of falling into place. We kind
Yeah.
of finding our footing.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have got me excited about coming in with Green White Checkered. Like, we were talking about it at
stoked.
band practice the other day, and I was like, now my drummer was like, yeah, I watched a couple of the sessions. Like, it's really cool. Like I'm excited to see how it turns out. And so we're getting ready for that to come in with the
Nice.
band. But doing the podcast first was a lot of fun. You guys have had a lot of guests come through, and some pretty far away, I would say. Is more local, though, is kind of the focus. You guys are based here in Fenwick, so you're kind of like just on the
Tucked away.
outskirts of that Niagara region, not far from Hamilton. If anybody wants to head truck down the road here to come in and record.
I think Sunshine described it best, which is the edge of obscurity is where we're located.
Yeah.
It's like there should be a cliff to nowhere that falls
Yeah.
off in Fenwick
We're
somewhere.
down
But
there. You know that SpongeBob episode
Oh my god.
where they go down the
Is
thing?
it Rock Bottom? Is the name?
Rock-
yeah,
Something.
yeah. Rock bottom.
We're there.
Yeah.
We're downtown right there.
no other place. I'd
Downtown
rather
Rock
be.
Bottom.
Yeah. Well, it's a great space. Like I say, I'm super stoked to come through with my band. From my own selfish kind of standpoint, I'm really excited about what you guys are doing, and I'm excited to see it play out because I've really gotten into the idea of documentation with music scenes, and I think it's so important to have a well documented scene, and part of that is recording and being able to do recordings on a budget, for bands that are just starting out and they don't have the ability to win some kind of scholarship and go into an actual studio and record. And that's kind of where you guys can come in. You can be a great launching point for any bands that are maybe in the garage still that want to try demoing,
100%.
can't figure it out on their own. But then there's also, you guys have had, really legitimate bands like Sunshine Express come through. Days on Parade, we've had them on this show before. They did a great session with you guys before.
Cassador was a big one too.
Cassador was
our
huge,
biggest
right?
one
Yeah.
so
That one's
far,
coming
That was huge. That one's coming out soon too.
Yeah. So for me, just like as a music fan and someone who's in the Niagara region with, when I grew up, there didn't seem like there were people doing stuff like this or willing to take that chance and make that risk and put themselves out there. And that's kind of what you guys have done. So what's it been like so far in terms of a response? Like, do you guys feel like it's getting around and people are starting to learn about Frostbite?
I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for realizing that, because that is the very backbone of Frostbite.
Yeah, that was our mantra when we started it.
Yeah,
it was.
We
wanted a space for like smaller groups to just kind of.
We wanted to bring a professional sound to people without professional budgets and without professional experience as well, and like really lift up the backbone. Because, dude, like fucking, I don't know, dude. Everyone started in a garage. Everyone was shit somewhere. Like everyone started at ground zero, and we just want to be giving people like this outlet. And two, I think I've had a lot of negative experiences with audio engineers before. And like there's a lot of pretentious egos out there in the space and kind of that give a reputation to studios that can be scary for people who are like, I don't know, we have this kid Gavin who comes in, and we've been recording, and like he's 15 years old, and he's a fucking talented kid, like insanely talented kid. And to think, when I was 15, when I would go to these studios for co-ops and stuff, and visit studios and see everything and talk to these audio engineers, when I was 15, it felt like I was nothing. Like I was an ant looking up at these people who were just like well established, amazing at their job, and they would also look at me as a kid, and it would not feel amazing. So like we really want to bring that space, this like that professional audio and gear, and but do it with like a smile on our face, and really try to support those underdog characters in the St. Catharines music scene. And also St. Catharines, I love. This city is like fucking phenomenal. Like I don't think I've met a bad soul in St. Catharines. So to just appeal to not only like the underdogs, but the underdogs of such a strong, beautiful city has been amazing. And then we want to make our way through Hamilton and Toronto, of course, because Hamilton's the same thing. It's like it's like sea glass there. You are thrown through the tide and hit against rocks to make yourself a polished human being in Hamilton.
There are some good bands.
There are some great bands in Hamilton. Yeah. But yeah, no. What was the question again? Fuck.
I think you covered it.
Yeah, the feedback, and
yeah,
I think
just like
feedback.
Everybody that we've had in is just like, yeah, this is amazing. What you guys are doing is such a good thing for the community, and then it's just like everybody that we've had just kind of wants to come back and do more sessions. Like, it's just a great time.
Yeah, and it's so important, like I say, to have a place that's like easily accessible too, because that's the other thing is that, you know, when I was like 16, the band I was playing in, we got to do some recording, and Jay Beatty was our producer, I think, at the time, and we worked at a Freshly Squeezed Studios, I think was what it was called.
Oh, Freshly Squeezed.
Yeah, but that was like 10 years ago. I don't even think Freshly Squeezed is what it is.
That was in that like bungalow house in the basement, right?
No, this was at like the old NFCVI, because he was partnered with Rick Rose and Niagara Institute of Music and Art. Yeah. So I think I was teaching at that point, or maybe I was still taking lessons there. Yeah. And I was applying for university, and I think I was applying for a music program as a guitar player. And they're like, okay, well, you got to put in a demo or something. And I just went in with my band and recorded. Did not get into university. I was not that level of guitar player, and still am not that kind of guitar player.
I bet you're amazing.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's still like super important to have a place to go to. The only reason I knew about Jay and everything that he had going on was because I was, walking in and teaching guitar lessons like right beside him or whatever, right? Nice. Or taking them right beside him. So it's good to have this. It's good that you guys have a YouTube channel where you can show it all off and kind of show behind the scenes of what you guys do and do the live sessions. All in all, I think you guys have really got something special happening with Frostbite, and anybody who's like a young musician that maybe wants to get their stuff out there and they open GarageBand and they get a little intimidated, like go and check out Frostbite. Go and check them out. We got the business cards.
Got the business cards. Everyone screenshot. Everyone screenshot.
Get that in there.
My personal number on that bad boy.
I will also say too, if you're in the world of wanting to make a podcast or are podcasting, this is something that you guys are also dipping your toes into as well. Yeah. So check that out and get in contact with these guys if you want to make a show or come do something, document something, because I'm sure they can do that. I have to ask, we've talked a lot about like the Niagara bands and some of the bands that have come through already. what's the dream guest? Like, if you could have any
Slaughter Beach Dog. If Mobo ever came back, Modern Baseball.
Pine Grove.
I've driven. Okay, this is a little embarrassing, but Pine Grove is my dream band to mix. But I've driven to work, in tears because I had a thought that Mobo emailed me that they wanted to get back together and wanted to do Frostbite live, and I'm in tears thinking about it. That's how bad, dude.
Yeah.
Mom
That's how
Jeans would be
bad.
sick,
Mom
too.
Jeans would be phenomenal. Mom Jeans is the reason why I got into this, is because of their Audio Tree Live video.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the reason why I started Frostbite, because I was like, dude, I want to do this really badly. Mom Jeans would be huge. Pine Grove is my dream band to mix.
Yeah.
I think that Pine Grove sounds like no other band I've ever heard
Like,
in my life.
If we're going dream,
We're going dream.
Blank. Yeah,
Blink.
you guys will pick Blank.
Yeah, Blake,
That's-
fucking
Fucking hate
Silverstein would fucking
Yeah,
be
that's-
amazing.
Silverstein would be awesome.
Selfishly lights. Get an acoustic set in here. Fuck.
We are this entire Frostbite studio is built on the backbone of emo music.
Yeah.
If you can tell, we're all in our own kind of genre of emo. I think you're Bailey. You're definitely
Like post-hardcore kind of
post-hardcore 2000s. Curtis,
I don't know, kind of the
like
same
pop punk, but also in the same thing.
You're rocking
And
the Real
Midwest
Friends
emo.
hat,
Real
so
friend,
Yeah. I think that
The story so
that
far
the-
would be sick.
the what is the graph where it's the two circles and
The
they
Venn diagram.
the Venn diagram. I think I'm on one side with Midwest emo. I'm Midwest emo. Mo
feel
my
like-
cool. Shout
yeah.
out.
Actually, we already had our dream band come in.
I already had my dream band come in.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm on the Midwest emo side. Bailey's on like the 2000 side, and right in the middle is Curtis.
Yeah.
nice.
And that is like we are the full like span of emo. What was
We
the
hit
question again?
every-
Dream band?
Yeah,
Modern.
yes.
I'm gonna stick with modern baseball because I cry thinking about.
Honestly,
that
I think
happening.
Mobo too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I like
And then
that.
Blank, Silverstein,
So it would be
PTV.
another
would be
fucking
insane.
crazy one.
Yeah. Although Vic would probably charge us $100,000
You know what?
to stand outside in the barn and listen to them.
I'd do it. I'd do it.
I mean, it's you brought up Audio Tree, and like I think of those sessions. The Audio Tree, I think it's the radio station in Seattle, like KEXP does
yes.
those sessions too.
A lot of
It's
people.
such a lost art, the live off
Yeah.
the floor session. I'm so glad that you guys are
Yeah.
bringing it back and giving people who are rolling through Southern Ontario an option to go and
Yeah.
do one. So.
And I think that's a big thing. We'll out ourselves now. We're not dumb. We've seen Audio Tree Live.
Yeah.
A big inspiration of Frostbite Live is Audio Tree and Tiny Desk.
Yep.
That's really what we take a lot of inspiration from those two shows. And I think everyone that we know that's in the music scene that ever appreciates music has seen their favorite artist on Audio Tree Live or on Tiny Desk or on one of the live sessions. So we wanted to bring the same outlet or like the same experience to people that they see online that we can give to them. Because I've stayed up all night watching my favorite bands on Audio Tree Live or on the emo one is Elephant Studio, Tiny Elephant.
Oh,
Yeah.
That had
I know
free
what-
throw, Mom Jeans on
I think
it.
Law Dispute was on.
Law
that
Dispute,
one.
maybe.
It's definitely on audio.
To
Tree, for sure.
bring the music scene that we care about, that we love the most, to be able to bring them that experience has just been so much fun.
Yeah.
And yeah.
All right.
And
Well,
Yeah.
it sounds like I think I'm gonna really like your playlist based on all the bands.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot of emo.
Are we ready to get into making a playlist?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm ready.
let's
I'm
do
ready.
it.
All right, we're getting into the playlist now. Let's do it. You know what? Let's give question 1 to Curtis. I'm gonna go on.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Oh wait, hang on. I already gave you this one as like a. Hang on. I
Yeah,
dug
throw
out the
back
one
in
that I
there.
used as an example before the interview started.
Throw
I
back
don't
in
like
there.
that. Everybody who's watched this podcast knows usually I'm pulling questions from my signature Vans David Bowie hat. I couldn't find it today.
shit.
My wife
No.
cleaned the
Oh,
house,
yeah.
and I don't know.
Dude,
what
I have a
to find.
frog hat. You want a frog hat?
Frog
No,
hat.
I'll stick with my plastic.
Frostbite.
one. That's
Frostbite.
not bad. This might be tough in the emo world, but I need a song from the '60s, Curtis.
60s.
Song from the
shit.
'60s. And if we
I'm a-
do allow for searches on
Searches,
Spotify,
yeah.
Apple Music, whatever, to find the stuff.
Well, I'm a huge Beatles fan.
Oh, okay, all right.
So I think that'll be easy. I just got to double check if it's from the '60s or not.
It
Beatles-
should be.
Beatles
I think
float
there's
around
only
There's some
one.
70s.
Right, I think Let It Be is the only one that came out in 70, I feel like.
Yeah, can you give me that phone
Yeah, I
after?
guess
Because I have a few ones that I don't want to make an ass out of myself if it's
Yeah.
not the 60s.
Gosh, well, this is
There's
tough
been so many
already.
years. There's been so many years.
Well, Curtis alone gets the 60s.
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're
Oh, Curtis alone?
Yeah, you're just gonna get your. You did not take your thing.
Yeah, well, you
guys can-
search. I'm gonna just go off. Dazed and
just start
Confused by
going
Led
off.
Zeppelin. I'm
That is a
assuming
banger.
it's 60s?
Yeah.
Or were they 70s?
No, that one is 60s. That,
That
was
one's
released
60s?
1968.
Thank you, my king.
I got it. So you
Oh,
can go off. People
I was
are
just
gonna
gonna say
go
that's
off.
my whenever I get a new pair of speakers or anything and I need to dial in an EQ, that's my EQ song.
Really?
I know it like the back of my fucking hand. I know how that shit should sound.
Nice.
Do you have a 60s song that you enjoy?
Fuck, man. I don't. That's the thing. I don't really listen
You
to a
don't
lot
listen
of.
How long ago
60s.
did My Chemical Romance?
Look
come
at my No, I think like some like. Fuck with some Rolling Stones. I don't
Stones?
like a lot of the
Stones
punk,
is
the earlier
70s?
stuff that I kind of really listen to are like the punkier things, like the late 80s.
Yeah, more 80s, 70s, but like I think my
there's probably a
60s
Beatles song in there for me too.
Yeah.
So my Beatles song is my favorite Ringo song,
Ooh.
and it's a With a Little Help from My
Oh, great pick.
classic.
Great song.
Great
That's a
pick.
good one. I'm a Don't Let Me Down guy.
Don't
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, I'll
you
carve
can't
up.
go
I'll
wrong.
cut a rug to
You
Don't
really
Let Me
can't go
Down.
wrong.
I don't want to be like the hipster about it, but when it comes to the Beatles, like I listen to all the bangers, all the singles, all the number ones.
You're an underground kind of guy, aren't you?
But there is something about the track "Hey Bulldog" that I don't think gets ever enough love. Like that is one of the most
I'll listen to it.
iconic
I think
Beatles riffs
yeah.
I think ever. Like it's just every time I hear that song, I'm like, that song just sounds sick.
classic.
That sounds contemporary. It sounds like the Beatles were like, oh, the Yardbirds are
Hey
popping
Bulldog.
up, and the Who and all these bands. We can do that too. Here you go. Here's a sick rock riff song. And
Epic. That's
Hey
sick.
Bulldog is
That's
definitely
so swag.
That's a sick one to check out. But I like that pick. That is, it's the best.
controversial.
It's the best.
Yeah,
one.
I'm
It's
happy that with the
controversial.
first song on our playlist. Do you publish these on Spotify?
They're gonna be published now.
Fuck yeah.
I actually,
I was
wasn't
meaning to
doing-
check if you had a Spotify link to all the other ones.
So I haven't done it yet. I
No.
was like, when I had a guest. By the time this comes out, they'll be up for all the past guests. But I had a guest reach out and it's like, oh, have you posted the playlist anywhere else? And I was like, I probably should do that.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Well, the end of the series, like once I finish the first season, which is going to be about 12 episodes, the goal is to put out a zine with everybody's playlist in it, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
So anybody who subscribes to the Patreon is just automatically going to get the zine if you're at a certain level.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to have it for sale as like anybody who wants to support the show, you can buy
I
the
love
zine.
a good zine.
And then yeah,
Love a good
you know,
zine.
we'll like
Yeah.
have quotes from the episode and links to the episode in the zine itself.
I'm gonna buy 80 zines.
That's
I
awesome.
like it. Do it. Put it in like every Walmart bathroom,
Pretty
whatever
much.
you need to do.
Yeah.
Paper is just gonna be
The wallpaper is just gonna be the zine. I like it.
Yeah, that actually could work in here. Well, we can style
Fuck
it that way.
Yeah, let's style it up. Let's
All
style it
right,
up.
let's go with for Bailey.
Uh-oh.
A song by a band you never got to see live.
Oh, so many.
Oh, there's so many.
That's a loaded
my-
queue. You can go real far back.
You can.
Fuck it, Beethoven.
Crazy to want to get with this.
Well,
You could. That's a big queue.
what's one band you really wish you could have
Yeah.
seen? And kind of go from there.
You've seen your face.
I've seen The Adventure by Angels and Airwaves.
Oh,
You've never seen
Ava.
Because they both times that I went to go see them, they canceled
I
because
love
Tom
you,
got sick.
Ava.
Oh,
And then
no
COVID hit. And I'm like,
way.
fuck.
No way.
So-
Wow, that
yeah.
sucks. But that's at least it's one that's still possible. You might be able to get there one of these days.
Maybe I could see them playing it live because they did the Boxcar
But
Racer
are they
song.
still touring?
No.
'Cause
Not right
he's
now,
on
anyways.
Blink mode
Yeah,
right
so
now.
I could see him playing it on a Blink.
Oh, look at that.
tour.
I had an Ava song playing already.
It was destined.
Ava.
It was destined.
I like it. All right, Jack, what have I got for you here?
Oh, I'm so ready.
This is option 49 of 60, and it is a song for a sunny day.
A song for a sunny day. Mr. Blue Sky ELO. I love that song. That is my go-to.
That's a good one.
Somebody pick
That's
that
my
specific song?
go-to
Yeah.
like song. I remember me and my friend from high school. It would be like sunny ass summer day. We'd be riding along in his Honda Civic. Logan, if you see this somehow, this is about you. We'd ride in his Honda Civic, and you know the cowbell hits the dent,
Yeah.
dent, dent. He would honk his horn on that, and we'd be like downtown St. Catharines.
Nice.
And yeah, it's just like it's
What's
such
this guy
a
in a
cheesy.
Honda honking at me?
Literally.
Hell.
Why is he honking in such perfect BPM right now? Yeah, no, it's such a go-to pick, but like such a good song. I love it.
I feel you. I feel you. That's a good one. That's one of those songs where it almost feels like it was written with a sunny day in mind.
It was. I think that's the story, is it not? He was like at a cabin on a mountaintop or some shit. Writer's block, all cloudy for like the week he was there, and then the last day, clouds cleared. He wrote all of Mr. Blue Sky.
Perfect.
I think that might be the story. Somebody could have just lied to me though.
Made it up.
So this isn't the Joe Rogan podcast. I don't want to spread misinformation.
Misinformation about your favorite songs and band. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, we're swinging back to Kurtis.
Okay.
And this one is a song featuring your favorite singer or vocal performance.
What Tom DeLonge are we gonna get here?
Where are you?
I don't think I can honestly say Tom is my favorite vocalist.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But
I
Mark
did
Hoppus?
see this on the Kirk interview though.
Yes.
This specific question.
He went with Phoebe
He
Bridgers.
did go with Phoebe.
Phoebe.
Yeah.
Oh, I love good.
And he
I
got
love a good
specific. Like
Phoebe.
the clip, I put it out. I cut the clip the other day, so I'm like, it gets fresh in my mind. But he went specific and like, he's like, yeah, it's a Phoebe Bridgers song. It's Georgia, but it's the one where she plays it live at like a radio session in a red sweater. And I was like,
Very specific.
that's so specific. And
Also, shout out Kirk.
We love
you, Kirk.
We love Kirk.
We love Kirk so much. We would be nowhere if
Okay.
it wasn't for
Literally.
Kirk.
Kirk
I
hooked
don't
us all
know.
up.
Yeah, thank you, Kirk. I love you.
I don't know if this is my favorite vocalist, but the vocals in this song are amazing. It's Fade Into You by Mazzy Star.
Oh, what a pick.
Whoa!
What a pick.
love
Good
that song.
fucking
I
job.
love that song.
We love
Yeah.
some Mazzy on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of podcasts, and you guys were talking about the audio tree sessions, kind of inspiring this whole thing with Frostbite. This podcast would not exist without the queen of podcasts herself, Yossi Solik, and Bandsplain, and in particular, 24 Question Party people as well. So, but her episode, I was just reading a little bit about it today, about her episode with on Mazzy Star, like a 2.5 hour podcast all about the history of Mazzy Star. Great listen. Bandsplain is the best podcast going, and if this somehow gets to Yossi, we want you on the show. We will settle for your dad, Rob Harvilla, though.
Come to the pool house.
Yeah,
Yes.
the pool house. All right,
The pool
moving
house.
on. Bailey,
On.
I need a song from you, a song that makes you laugh.
Big song. Can I do one of the Sconicles? If they're
No, they're
on
not.
Spotify?
No, you have to do a Sconicles.
That could be an honorable mention.
Give me an honorable mention.
Scotland. It's
Scotland?
Scotland.
Not the cowboy.
Can we talk about Sconicles?
I don't know.
So me and my best friend Cal from college, we were roommates, and me and Cal were together with two jocks, and like total loud jocks. We loved them; they were so sweet. But oh my god, it was two gay people mixed with two fucking complete jocks. So it was an insane mixture of everything. So we definitely huddled together and spent a lot of time together. Like it shoved us so close to where we would spend so much time together. And one night I think it was probably the night after we walked 10 kilometers to the LCBO and back because we didn't know we had free bus passes with our student cards. So we walked like 10 kilometers carrying like fucking a 2-4.
Yeah.
Of whatever we got, and we got back, and we had this idea. For some reason, I was clowning on ska this whole week, so we decided to take a list of different genres, put it into a hat, and then make it into a ska song. So we pulled out Christian music. So we did a Christian ska song. It's fucking phenomenal. It's amazing. But it started this snowball effect of me bringing Bailey, my best friend Dom, and Cal and I. We all would come over, drink a lot of alcohol, and then and it started to get gay too. We would do like gay metal ska. We would do gay cowboy, gay country.
Gay country.
Where me and Cal were both like cow people lovers. We loved each other.
Mega Pizza would know that reference.
Mega Pizza would know that reference. Anyways, it diluted into this one night. We were like making a joke about Scotland and like doing that Scotland end fucking joke. So we just made hyperpop, gain boosted, gain crushed, bit compressed.
Yeah, it's just destroyed.
Just destroyed the Scotland theme song.
Yeah.
And then just screamed over it. And we had a trap beat underneath it. And it was like, holy fuck. Maybe I can add, maybe I'll send you the things. Then if you want to put it in, you can put it in. It goes in here. And it was, it's fucking bad. It was just so
You flew a little too close to the sun with that one?
We might have.
No, we didn't say anything horrible, but it was just like, it was just fucking, it was so, like, it was an assault to the ears.
It really is. That's probably the best way to describe that.
Anyways, that was Sconicles. That's a big part of our identity.
Nice.
Is Sconicles.
Oh, we're getting a cat visitor.
Salem coming in.
Let's see if it goes better than the last time a cat made an appearance on the podcast.
Oh, no. Cats in studios don't mix very well. I think you would have seen them come behind.
I think when we had Days on Parade, I think it was Riss's cat that was attacking the camera during the filming.
Salem will get thrown into the goddamn bathroom if he misbehaves.
Here he is.
He's a really good cat. We love him.
Looks like a heckin' good kitty. Yeah, you said.
I hope you heard the sniffing.
Salem, do you have a song that makes you laugh, buddy?
He said meow.
He said meow.
Yeah.
One of my favorite tracks for sure.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
Stray Cat Strut.
The
Yeah.
presidents of the USA, don't they have a
Love Stray Cat Strut.
meow meow song or something?
I think they do. You're right.
Probably.
I think that's presidents that have that. Salem, what's going on?
He might
said-
just lie down.
You know what?
See,
Might-
we
is
were
he
talking.
chilling?
You were asking me if we needed anything
fuck
for the
yeah.
table.
He could do
Table.
that. He could do that.
He's the
No
centerpiece.
problem.
What's that one Blake song? The
I want to fuck a dog in the ass.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna go with that
have to
one.
be it.
Grandpa.
Or
Happy Holidays, you
Happy
bastards.
Holidays, you bastards. Honestly, yeah, we'll go with that one.
Happy Holidays. All right, that's a pretty good one.
Classic.
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 It's pretty relevant too. Christmas
Yeah.
coming up.
Yeah, we're getting close.
We're getting close. Close enough. All right. Jack,
give me
track 6. We're almost halfway there.
We
Ready.
are.
All right. I need a song from a band you think everyone should listen to.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. You asked me. A song from a band I think everyone should listen to. I don't think that this is more on the band, more on the song. I think there's a lot of bands people should listen to. But I think specifically Let's Get Invisible by Free Throw
Okay.
is one of the best songs ever written.
Okay.
If you are a loser Midwest emo enjoyer. Because it's, oh my God, I'm so obsessed with it. Also, Bitter by Ava Hickey is the best song ever written as well.
Nice.
That's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's her song.
Oh, I like
and
it.
it's so good.
Way to work that
It's
one
so
in
good.
there.
Thank
Way
you.
to work that
Thank
in
you.
there.
Everyone should go
What was the
stream
first one?
Bitter.
Free Throw? Is that what you said?
Free Throw,
Yeah.
Let's Get Invisible. Don't tell Ava I put
Another song.
Free
before.
Throw above her.
We'll cut that bit out.
We'll definitely
We'll cut that out.
cut this a little
Yeah,
bit.
for sure.
We'll cut it for you, for
Yeah,
sure.
thank you.
All right. Let's go for another one here. We are on to song 7 of the playlist, the Frostbite Recording Studio Ultimate playlist. And this one is for Kurtis, and it's a song from the 90s. You're getting all the decade questions.
Oh, shit.
That's you.
Yes.
That's
Oh
you,
my
King. That's a
I
UQ.
could go to Jeff.
You could.
I could.
Yeah, just off
Mention
camera.
the Jeff. Mention the Jeff.
You had like a little bit of love. You wanted had an off-camera shout-out for Jeff Buckley. Now you could circle back on it here.
Oh,
We
God,
love
the
Jeff.
90s. That is like the hardest.
That is a
Yeah.
huge decade.
There's so many waves.
Love
Like, do you
Fool
go
by the
grunge?
Cardigans.
Do you go? You can go Britpop. You can go. Fuck, you could go like pop punk from the 90s. What do you go?
Oh, you know what's a good song? Bitter by Ava Hickey.
Dude, that came out in the 90s? That's crazy.
Like, let's not go around the table and say that everybody was except me was not alive in the 90s.
We were.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Oh my God.
It's funny.
this
Bailey
is tough.
doesn't date people from the 90s.
No, neither do you. You don't date people from this century.
You know what?
Shut up.
I think I'll just play it safe.
Okay.
Go Jeff Buckley. The specific song,
Tough one.
Lover You Should Have Come Over.
Lover, you should have come over.
Yeah. Yeah, all over the place.
No, this is good. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to not seem like we just listened to
This is the
emo.
only thing.
We're going super 90s over here.
What was
'Cause
the other
that's-
one? It was Jeff. Beatles.
That's
Beatles
what
was-
Grace, right? That would have been from the Grace record. And what year was that? Was that 93? It was like right in that gap of like 94. Oh yeah, so it was that magic year, right? Like 94, you had Nirvana. Well, they would have fizzled out by then. The old unalive of Kurt Cobain.
The old Kurt Cobain situation.
Yeah, the incident.
The April incident.
Yeah, we got Green Day's Dookie came out that year. Justin Bieber was born. I was born. So that's good. 94 was a
94.
Yeah, I'm a 30-year-old guy,
Sorry,
dude.
I had to do that.
Don't shame me for being old.
No. You look so good. You look so good for 25.
Just because I have a little blue handicap parking thing on my car already, okay?
Can I use that? Can I borrow that?
No, you cannot use it. I don't care. I don't care how close to the Shoppers Drug Mart you want to park.
Nice
That's for
spot
me.
The warehouse I would like to steal with that.
Yeah, I know. Eh? Just use it for advantageous gig parking.
Exactly.
All right, Bailey, let's move on to you now.
I need to get away from the Blink answers.
I mean, this potentially
favorite
sets you up for another
Blink-182
Blink song.
That'd be crazy.
Your favorite love song? Fuck.
Oh,
Blink's got a few of those.
They do got a few of those. No.
Where are you?
No, I think I have a good one. Drive Me Home by Lilac Kings.
Okay.
I have to. Also
I don't think I know
shout
that one.
out, I think that Gorok song that he played on
That
on
Gorok
live-
song,
That Gorok
yeah.
song. Oh my God! Shout out Goroks. Whatever song made me cry that night. I'm not sure the name of it.
It was
Was it Lily? It wasn't
no,
Lily.
No, it was the one.
It was
about his
another.
gra-
Oh, it was.
Wasn't
No,
it?
it wasn't Lily. It was or was it Lily? There was two girl name ones. Anyways.
Oh.
There's two girl name ones. There was
Yeah.
Lily, and there was something else that he played. But there was a song that Goroks played, and I've never cried at a live off the floor session on Frostbite. But that night, a tear shed down my cheek.
Is
That
it
was
documented? Is it documented in the live?
You cannot see my tears, thank God. But the song is documented, and
Yeah.
keep an eye out because that is a gorgeous, gorgeous song.
Is that session up already?
Session is
yet,
coming
that's
probably
After
yeah
Sunshine.
after this weekend.
No, after Sunshine or after Cast?
After Sunshine.
After
It's
Sunshine,
between them and
it went Sunshine,
Goroks.
Goroks,
Castador.
Castador.
And yeah, by the time this one drops, I feel like all three of those sessions might be out by then. So
Hopefully.
make sure you're checking out the YouTube channel.
Sunshine, get back to us about those goddamn fucking mixes. Kidding, I love
Gotta-
it.
Gotta approve it. All right, let's go back to Jack for one. I'm gonna reach deep in the bag this time.
Get deep in there.
Deep in the bag.
I've been given too many quick questions.
I know you.
I got them
should
on
have
lock.
You're the kind of like the director around here, so I feel like you should have like an over explained answer for us at some point
I
here.
do.
And you know what? Actually, this is pretty relevant for a guy that's kind of playing the director role. A song from your favorite movie.
Did they even put songs in movies after you were born?
Yeah, it could be like a soundtrack song. Like I always think of like for me like Tiny Dancer in Almost Famous, because Almost Famous is my favorite movie. But that one worked out because I have a music movie as my favorite movie. So there's so many options I could pick from that movie.
I don't know if there's specific songs that I really like. I know
Some folks have picked soundtrack music too. Like I think
yeah.
I don't know if Kirk got this question. Somebody got this and they picked like a soundtrack song, or they said like the
Yeah.
theme to whatever.
He did.
What
I
my
think I watched it like the other
Yeah.
Yeah.
day. He did The Last of Us.
Yeah, I'll answer this for my mother. This is a good one. The Last of the Mohicans. There's this like epic song at the end where somebody dies. I don't know. I've never watched the fucking movie, but she will play that like every weekend. That's a classic. I think there's two. Any song from Rango. I love Rango.
Okay.
Not Django. Fucking Rango.
Fucking
Johnny
Rango.
Depp.
Johnny
Yeah.
Depp, Rango.
But also my all-time favorite is probably the orchestra piece that plays in the Truman Show on the bridge scene where he reunites with his dad.
Ooh.
I don't know what it's called, but
Yeah.
that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Any movie that had Claire de Lune in it as well.
Yeah,
One of my
beautiful
favorite
song.
one of my favorite songs in the entire world is that. But I think, yeah, that I know I'm gonna watch this podcast episode back and think of. I love movies. Movies are
I'm
so fucking perfect.
Already second guessing.
Yeah, any fucking song from goddamn Arcane, dude. Oh my god, they have such a good soundtrack.
I love Imagine Dragons.
Not Imagine. Yeah, no, I would have to go. Yeah, I'll stick with Truman Show. The bridge scene.
All right.
I don't know whatever. We'll have to do some post work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
a
might have
little
to
bit of
look up the
research.
score and just be like, where is that one? But
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of those movies that probably has a score that's big enough and more famous
100%,
enough that it's
100%.
probably on
It's phenomenal.
Spotify in
Gotta
some way
be
or another.
somewhere.
So I like that one. Okay. For my own notes, that one is which number? 28. 28. Try to keep a track of which ones I pick for each thing. Okay. We're circling back. We got the final 3 songs, gentlemen,
Damn.
of your playlist.
Oh my
We're
God,
flying through.
we are. Slow down.
I
here,
can't
Jonathan.
believe this has happened again. I can't believe
It's the Britpop song.
a
isn't it?
song from the 70s for Kurtis again.
Oh.
I can't believe you are the decades guy.
70s.
Didn't we already do 70s?
No,
No, we did
60s.
60s and
60s.
90s.
60s,
Yeah.
90s, and 70s.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow. What was your other question? Cure's 80s. Cure's 80s.
Boys Don't Cry may have came out like late 70s. I might have to give that one a Google
I
myself.
love you, Ava, Melissa, and Jay for the Cure. That's
Cure.
Ava's whole family. And Jamie.
Damn.
Everyone that listens to the Cure. That's the only people I know that listens to the Cure.
Yes.
79.
Is it 79? Do you want to go with that? Or do you want to go with something else? You want to go more like...
Smiths was 80s?
Yes. Yeah, the first Smiths record came... We answered this on a podcast. I feel like 84 is the first Smith single, or maybe 82.
They were that far apart?
Yeah, the Cure like had a little bit of a head start on him.
And
It's the same as like
Morrissey
you
and
too.
Robert Smith are lovers. Did you know that?
They're lovers.
They're lovers.
They're lovers.
They love each
Yeah.
other. They're lovers.
I've listened to podcasts that would say that's very controversially
And it's so
incorrect.
confusing to be a girl.
I can go.
That song was written about
Could go
Robert
Bowie.
Smith and Morrissey.
It was.
I think that's like right on the edge. I think that one's like 71 or 72. I'm pretty sure.
We'll do Space Oddity.
Space Oddity?
Like the rest of the year.
Let's get it.
Actually, you know what? We might have to check that. That might be a 60s song.
Is it a 6?
That might fall in the 60s, my brother. Hang on.
On camera.
I feel like Space Oddity is 1960.
What a great song.
Oh,
What a great-
originally released 69. I was right. November 14th, 1969. I can't count it.
All right.
I can't count it.
Then I'll go.
Go with the Cure then. You had Cure on 79. That's I hear a
That's
7
it.
in that.
Yeah,
There is- there's
Yeah,
one 7 in
There
there.
is.
All right.
If anyone knows 7, it's Bailey. It's a me and Bailey joke.
Boys Don't Cry.
Mike.
Track number 10. All right, Bailey. Let's
we're
see
back.
here.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
You guys having a little laugh factory
Maybe
down
a
there.
little
We
bit.
are. Me and Bailey like to go off on our own tangents every once in a while. Over his shoulder.
They were the other year.
Yeah. We'll get a real like experimental sound. All right. A song from a band in your local scene or hometown.
I wish I got.
Oh, you had to go with Mo or Days. No, Days. It's Days. You can't go with not Days.
Shit.
Sorry.
Well, like hometown. I'm not from
On the
here.
dance
I was gonna say,
I'm not
Bailey,
from
how do you
here.
play this?
no,
'Cause,
you're
like,
from here now. You're
But,
from here
like,
now. You have to do St.
I
Catharines.
could.
No, you have to do St. Kitts.
There is a band because I was born in Toronto, so I could.
Lame. Do one
Oh.
from your hometown and do one from here.
Okay, fine. I gotta pick one.
No, yeah, but like
we can give an honorable mention.
Yeah, do
okay.
honorable mention.
So
Do
if
one
I'm
from
if
here
I'm
for
going
me.
if I'm going from the GTA, it's got to be Dark Water by Orpin.
Okay.
oh
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the one for the
Exactly.
Orpin's
So
Dark
fucking
Water.
good.
Can I also write in
that's the one I'm
one
choosing.
song from one band? Also, honorable mention for my other question is Dark Water by Orpin. Orpin
Oh my god,
is
such a good song.
such a good band.
Such good.
Such good
What are they like? Because I don't think I've ever heard of them.
It's like it's very like that like Phoebe Bridgers Punisher
Okay.
like adjacent sound of like
Oh my
it's like
God,
it's
yeah.
that
It's
almost
so
like you
nice.
get that country twang of instrumentation.
But then there's
but
like
it's
some
very
dark wave to it or
soft.
something.
It's I would say it's very soft female vocals
Yeah.
that just like are entrancing. Like it's beautiful. It
like-
is.
Every song is just fucking gorgeous.
It's amazing. Yeah, if there's one band I could really write home about, there's a million. But one
Yeah.
on top of my head right now is
so many
Orpin.
good local bands.
Yeah.
There is. Orpin's a take home from Toronto. If you're wanting to support a Toronto band and just
Orpin.
really good, sweethearted people. I never met them, but from what I saw in the interview, sweethearted
Yeah, it's
people.
the one you weren't there for.
Orpin is a good one. Orpin's phenomenal.
Cool. I think like we're kind of living like I think I almost end up saying this on every single episode because so far everybody that I've had on has been relatively local to either like the Niagara scene or like Vince was a Hamilton scene guy. So it's kind of this season has almost been like, I don't want to say like a kiss ass of the Niagara scene, but it's like I just keep coming back to the fact we're so spoiled and it feels like we're like right on this cusp of like golden age stuff where it's like, you can the high point that you can reach is like selling out the warehouse. Like that's the goal that every band around here wants to have. It's like if I can headline a sold out show.
That's 200 people.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a lot.
If you do that, that's
You
huge.
played a sold out show at the warehouse.
Yeah, we opened it. I was like,
phenomenal.
this is insane. I never thought I'd play in front of this many people ever in my life.
Yeah.
So that was pretty wild. But yeah, we're Niagara bands, Toronto bands are still really healthy. Like that's kind of where I came from too, is that I went to school in Toronto for 2 years, 2013 to 2015. And I got to experience like the come up of like bands like Pup. Like I went to Pup's first.
God.
Pup's
Pup.
first.
Kidding, that was-
I was gonna say, I'm like, do you need to get educated
we
right
did
now?
a cover of Pup for Share the Land.
Yeah.
It was
DVP, a classic. But their first record, like I moved to Toronto and they had their record release show at Sneaky D's. I want to say like a month into me living in Toronto. And I was like, oh, this is sick. This is what I've always wanted from Niagara, not realizing that like Welland hardcore existed and like St. Catharines had a scene. And
Oh yeah, you
I
got
just
Over
never-
It and
No.
like Over It's the only hardcore band I can really think of.
yeah, how long
Over
has
It-
Over It been going at it though? Because like
Probably
again,
a
like
bit.
I'm like this was 10 years ago now, or like 11 years ago that I moved to Toronto and like got in like I remember seeing the OBGMs play in
I saw them open for Sum 41.
Yeah,
Oh,
I saw them
wow.
open for, I think it was Pew 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 that was headlining that show, the Silver Dollar, which is a tiny bar, like basically the size of this room, and we did a wall of death with like
Oh shit.
50 people at a punk show. It was
Holy shit.
crazy. We broke bottles everywhere. It was awesome.
This is why I don't
OBGMs
go to hardcore shows.
This wasn't even a
That's a
hardcore
fun
show.
though.
OBGMs was
Come
just
on
like a
now.
fun punk night, and I was, but
Over It. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's Devin from Chubb.
Is it?
I think so.
Is it?
Devin?
Over it.
Over It. Because isn't he in it? There's some Chubb member in it.
I don't remember.
I think it's Devin.
I
Is there
apologize
another
in
one?
advance that I
I'm
am
sorry over
truly
it.
terrible
and-
with
and
names.
Chubb.
I'm the worst
And
with
isn't
names.
there's another one? I think there's two, or maybe just one. Yeah, Google Over It for me. Let me see. I know faces.
I like this.
It's
I
not.
like this
Okay, here we
detective
go.
work on the podcast.
Okay. You have two members of Mushroom Valley.
Yeah.
And Devin from Chubb. The two members of Mushroom were the drummer, that I forget the name of because it was so fucking long ago.
Yeah,
I'm
it was-
so
it was time
sorry.
ago.
And it was another one. I don't know if it's Spencer. I don't think it's Spencer, but there's two guys that kind of look alike, and Devin from Chubb, and then two other ones. So there's three people of Over It that we know.
Nice.
We've met three. Sorry, that was my little
side.
chime in because I wanted to give a shout out to the hardcore scene of St. Catharines.
Nice.
Back to your cue.
I will entertain Jack's thing of picking one from around here,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna have to go with the first band we had in or the first official Frostbite
Grim.
live,
Yeah, I was
and
gonna go with
do-
Grim, too.
Gargantua by Grim
Gargantua.
Fandango.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to say right now, I'm gonna make this live. If anybody from Days Away sees this, we'll pay you to re-record on the dance floor here. It is
We also
has
love that
been
song a
on
lot.
the okay. Real quick shout out on the dance floor is probably one of the best songs ever written in the entire planet.
Nice.
It's by Days Away, one of my favorite local bands as well. We just saw them at Camp Cataract.
Yeah.
That's another thing that is just phenomenal people. Some of the best people I've ever met have been in Days Away. And On the Dance Floor is one of the best songs ever written in the entire planet. It's their closer song on
Yeah.
every show that I've seen them play.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
It's a really
It's
good
been
song.
on constant rotation on Mic Teardown and on everything that we do in the studio. We throw on the dance floor. We played it before you got here.
Nice.
Yeah. we
It
went-
is. It's like On the Dance Floor and like Escape from Planet Dance from Maggot Pizza are
Yeah.
the two songs
Yeah.
that are on
Oh my
constant
gosh.
rotation
Oh my god.
on at Frostbite.
We're
It's
so spoiled. We got so many
know.
good like
Yeah.
we are
bands from so close to
insane.
us now these
Oh,
days.
like-
so
it's-
good.
there's-
Like they're gonna blow up. Every single one of these bands are gonna
Yeah. Like it's-
have to do good.
It's
for sure.
insane. The amount of talent and just the songwriting talent.
And that's from like the bands that we've had in.
yeah.
Have been like every band we've had it in. Sunshine, Gorox, Cassador, fucking
Those Cassador guys are so
Days
good.
Away. Cassador's phenomenal.
Chubb.
I was
Chubb.
blown away watching them play. I was like,
Yeah.
they were so good.
Their stage presence is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, oh my God.
everyone we've had in has had just insane talent. Maggot Pizza. If
Moko Michael.
oh my God, if you gave me
Patch Bay.
if Patch
Bay.
oh my God,
Patch Bay.
Bay, fucking
Patch Bay.
Got the
Got
the logo.
Got the merge.
Got the sticker.
Merge.
we love Patch Bay. Patch Bay's fucking phenomenal as well. Every single band we've had in has been amazing.
Yeah.
Every single band. There's never been a bad band that we've had in. And some like insane drummers, some insane guitarists.
Yeah.
Who's the best guitarist?
I don't even know if I could pick.
I don't know if I could pick. The one that I think of right away is Liam. From
Liam is
Grimm.
insane. Liam and Owen, they both fucking
Liam
shred
and
like
Owen.
crazy.
Lucas is phenomenal.
Lucas is really good.
Lucas is amazing. Patch Bay is a drummer. His name is I can picture his face so Brian.
Maggot?
Jacob is Maggot.
Yeah.
Brian from Patch Bay is I've never seen anybody make that kit sound better in my life.
Yeah.
Than Brian. I hope I'm getting that name right. I'm 99% sure I have that name right.
Yeah, there's like insane musicians, and it
Yeah.
and again, like I hear these stories. Like I remember, I don't remember what podcast it was, but there were guys talking about.
Talk to a podcast?
There it is.
No.
There it is, baby!
We got it.
We got it.
You guys
we got it in.
We're trying so hard to get that in somewhere. It was not a Talk To episode. Although I would watch Talk To It if she was going to discuss Well and Hardcore. From
It's
back
not
in the
that
day.
bad when you guys really watch
her
it.
down.
It's honestly, they cover some pretty broad topics that are really important to the current social economics of the world. It's good.
Yeah.
Well, you guys just have to give it a chance, honestly.
We'll get there.
We'll have to listen to it.
Listen to us.
And just like that, his last question's going back in the bank.
Yeah, goodbye.
No, but what I was gonna say is like I remember hearing on a podcast about how like I felt like the people felt like the well and hardcore scene of like the early 2000s or like mid 2000s. There was a lot of competition about like musicality and how good you were at playing whatever instrument you took up. And like back in the day, like the only real like I guess place to like showcase your skill or like argue about skill was like forums. So guys would just go on like a well and hardcore forum and be like,
go out.
this guitar player sucks. This band is held back because this guitar player.
Wonderful time.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
issue with the internet. You've never met people, bro.
Look, Gen X were really angry, okay? I guess. I don't know. Those elder millennials, they were really angry, I guess.
The oldest Welland band I know.
Street Pharmacy. Yeah. I've heard things. I love ska. I love ska. I love ska.
Street Pharmacy, I remember being like really big when I was
Shout
in
out
high school.
Cal. Shout out Cal.
Yeah, for me it
Cal
was
is-
like I feel like it was like what Attack was like right in
Oh,
my wheelhouse.
Oh, yes.
Was Alexis on fire?
Alexis on Fire like broke up my grade 12 year, I think. Yeah, they had like a 7-year hiatus.
They made one
I
good
just
song.
knew they were from around.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We're getting
They made-
aggressive over there.
They made the Sex on Fire, right? Or is that?
That's Kings of Leon, brother.
Yeah, you just made yourself look.
Yeah, you know what?
Wow.
Never-
Not going to be getting a lot of production credits after that one.
Cut
Never
him
come back
completely
to me.
out of the podcast.
I've been nailing these bands today. I had to make one
Yeah,
mistake.
There it is.
Yeah.
Whatever. Give me that last question.
Here.
We yap. Sorry, we talk.
Oh, yeah,
a
no, I
lot.
already pulled it out. Hang on.
We talk
I
to
have
a
it.
lot.
Let's see here. A second reference. We got to start penalizing him for those.
Literally.
Take my beers away after that.
All right, last
No more
one.
zins for the rest of the night for you.
I don't do Zins.
He's dialed
I
in
don't
right
do
now.
Zins.
All right, last one. A good vacation song.
There's so many.
Where are you vacationing to? I think that's the most.
We go PEI.
PEI.
Me and Ava, we
Rip it
go
at
to
PEI.
PEI with my family. Fuck, what was on? We had like a few on rotation in PEI that was really good. My favorite song in the entire world. And this dates back to my father. My father and my mother are my biggest influences in music to ever exist. My mom was Queen, huge. Would
Mhm.
always have Queen playing in the car. And like all class, like not so much classic rock, but like all like really good bands. It would be a lot of Queen is what I can really remember. She would also play some fucking cutback orchestra pieces every once in a while. She had a phenomenal and also actually, you know what, I won't answer that yet because I did hear about the questions later on and I'm gonna save it for now. But yeah, my mother is big into Queen, but my dad Hair metal. I love that you know that. He loves hair metal. He loves Poison. He loves a lot of like Guns N' Roses, a lot of that vibes. But the Eagles was on constant rotation in every car. And when we were kids, he would tell us bedtime stories. Me and my brother, we'd be in the bed. We were like fucking like, I don't know. I was probably like 4. He was 6. And we would be like, please tell us a scary story, Dad. And he would sit us down. He'd be like, okay, listen. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair. And this one time we asked him for a scary story. He just did the entire Hotel California script. Like he sung the whole lyrics. And me and my brother were like, that was the best story. And my dad, he said, he went back to the room with my mom and he was like, you won't believe what I just did to the kids. My favorite song of all time, put this on the books. My favorite song of all time, New Kid in Town by the Eagles. It's off of the Hotel California album. It is phenomenal. And it's so sweet and easy, like the Eagles. Lots of harmonies, lots of things. But it is like so unbelievably beautiful and so amazing. And it's my favorite song of all time. It's either going to be it's definitely New Kid in Town. Honorable mention is anything off of any Zac Brown album before Jacqueline Hyde.
Okay.
So Foundation, the one with the fucking cursive writing on it with Knee Deep on it. I forget. Anything off of those 2 albums, especially, because my dad's a huge country guy.
Yep.
And the first band I ever got into was Zac Brown Band. I think he's a piece of shit now. No? He cheated on his wife, didn't he?
Is that Luke Bryan? Oh, no, Zac Brown did too, yeah.
Zac Brown, I'm pretty sure he cheated on his wife. So, Zac Brown now, shit. Zac Brown back then, great. The one Uncharted album. Was it Uncharted? Uncaged album is fucking phenomenal.
Is that the one that Dave Grohl played drums on or
yes,
something? Yes,
it was. Oh my god, deep cut.
Yes.
Who also cheated on his wife.
Who also cheated on his wife. Maybe they talked about it in the studio. Deep cut.
Made a little plan together by themselves.
Oh yeah, maybe minimize Pro Tools. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, true.
Oopsies.
That's fine.
Non-continuity. But
I can see you clip every time you scream. It's amazing.
Well, you got to the end of the playlist.
I did. Wait, I gotta go one more.
You gotta shout out one more for that one?
Here for a good time, not a long time. Trooper.
Oh,
it's Trooper, right? That's the last 3 songs of we go to PEI every single year, and the last 3 days of PEI, my mom and my dad would play Here for a Good Time, Not a Long Time. And that was peak.
Nice.
I like it. Those are my honorable mentions.
All right, let's run it back here.
Run it back.
With the folks from Frostbite Recording Studios. Their playlist.
First of all, before we run it back, I want to say thank you.
Thank you
so much for coming.
Thanks for having me, dude. This is a blast.
I'll reiterate again. This is my home, first of all, my studio, second of all. And not just my studio, but this is Bailey's and Kurtis's studio. We all work super hard to bring you guys content and bring you guys everything. I want to not only I've never been on books of saying this, but these 2 men in front of me right now are the closest and best men in my life by far. And I want to not only say thank you guys for being along on this journey, especially me and Bailey, thanking Kurtis as well, because me and Bailey are even stead in this studio.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kurtis, for joining us. Thank you, dude.
This is exactly what I wanted.
I want you to remember that quote when you're editing this back.
And I also
he turns into director.
Chuck, go to that camera. What are you doing?
I want to thank you and Bailey for putting up with all my director track. And that's it. I love Ava, and that's all.
All right. Well, thanks for doing this.
Has a girlfriend.
He has a girlfriend.
Let's go over this
Run it
playlist
back.
here.
Oh, yeah, and also thank you, Jonathan. That was my other thing that I wanted to say. Thank you so much for coming to the Frostbite Studio. Can we get a round of applause?
Oh, stop it.
Thank
Stop
you,
it.
Jonathan.
Thank you guys for having me. No, this is seriously a blast.
It was
and
a pleasure.
The first time, I did that one episode with Days on Parade, and it worked out fairly well. But now that we have this option, it's going to be great. If there's full bands that want to come on and do the show,
Lovely.
we can come do it
We
here.
look forward to our adventure together.
Yeah, I think it's going to be super fun to try to do that whole setup like that. So we'll see how it turns out. But I mean, like this playlist already, I'm looking over it here. This is kind of the playlist that it starts in one spot and kind of circles back. It goes on a little circular journey here. Track 1, with a little help from my friends, the Beatles.
Good shot.
Track
Kurtis.
2, The Adventure from Angels and Airwaves. Mr. Blue Sky, ELO, track 3. Track 4, Fade Into You, Mazzy Star. Happy holidays, you bastard. Blink-182, track 5.
Let's go.
Track 6, Let's Get Invisible, Free Throw. 7.
Love you, Free Throw.
What was that Jeff Buckley song? Cover should have come at, what's that? I didn't write the whole thing. Lover. Something we, I can actually show this because I've got a good camera. My chicken scratch writing, just awful. Just actually awful writing.
That's
so
okay, I do the
this
same
is the
shit.
this is the probably second, if not third time that I've read this playlist back to somebody and not been able to read my own handwriting to say the song.
King, you
So
do you.
we're getting there. Number 8, we've got Drive Me Home, Lilac King. Track 9, we have the score from The Truman Show for the bridge scene. We don't have official title for that yet. We'll work on it.
Beautiful. It's gorgeous.
We've got Boys Don't Cry by The Cure at track 10. Dark Water by Orphan is track 11. And to close it out, New Kid in Town, The Eagles.
The best closing song.
I'm
I'm so happy that closed.
Yeah.
That's a pretty wild playlist. I'm excited to put this one together and give a listen to it. Something I will announce because I haven't had a chance to really talk about it on too many of the other episodes that have already been done. But you will be able to go and check these playlists out. I'm going to make them as private links on our Patreon to go and check out. Speaking of Patreon, we're going to go to that portion of the show right now. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Please support the show. Please support everything I'm doing with Let's Make a Playlist. Support me so that I can support them and do more sessions and stuff here. More money in my pocket probably means more money in these guys' pocket, honestly. So,
Music gear's so expensive, please.
we're going to do what we can to really make that Patreon something that you guys want to be a part of, including an end-of-season zine that's going to go out to everybody who subscribes to the Patreon. So watch for that. All the links are on my social media at Jonathan On Air. That's where you can find me. Let's Make a Playlist is a podcast hosted and created by me, Jonathan Howe, for House Media. At Jonathan On Air is where you can find clips of the show as well as all things me, Jonathon. That's how you spell Jonathan for the record. Please rate, review, subscribe, like all episodes wherever you get your podcasts. And if you want to support the show, consider joining our Patreon, patreon.com/Let's Make a Playlist. There you can find exclusive content, longer episodes, and sign up to receive our end of season zine. Don't forget to share the podcast with your friends, and we'll be back with more playlists.